Welcome back, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about the non-destructive editing. So I'm going to be explaining how the concept of non-destructive editing works and the basic features of the layer marks. So we are going to be using layer marks to explain what non-destructive editing is. So let's go straight into it. So what I'll do is I'll create a new design. So since we started this class, we have been using 1080 by 1080 as our size, so we'll also continue with that. So now we're in the Photoshop workspace. So the first thing we'll do is to bring in our picture. So the picture I'm going to be using for this very class will be the leaves picture. So I'll bring it in. Since it is in my desktop, I'll drag it from my desktop to the Photoshop workspace. So once I drag it in, it will first of all bring it as a transformation document, as I said earlier, as a transformation object, and it is coming in as a smart object as well. So since it is here, we can transform it to whatever we want. So, but what I want to do is I'll go to the edit, go to transform, and I'll go to rotate 90 degrees and clockwise, so that it should place it at a particular angle I want. Instead of keeping it vertically, you should keep it horizontally. So then after I've done that, I click on enter. It will place it. The enter is to just place it. So what I'll do now is to type in my text. I go to the text tool, click on it, click on the horizontal type tool, then click on the workspace. Now our text tool comes with the placeholder. So what I'll do is I'll just ignore it and type the text we are going to use for this explanation. Let's type leaves. Okay, then go to the move tool and arrange it properly and keep it at the center. So if you want to know if it's at the center, you see the smart guide telling us it is at the center now. I think this should be it. After we have done this, what you will do is to go to the characters panel, or you double click on the text. Once you double click on the text, it will select the text, give us complete selection of the text. Then at the top of it, or the top of the Photoshop, top bar of the Photoshop interface, you see where to change color, or else alternatively you can always come to the character panel and click on the color. And let's use white for an example. Click OK. So after you have done it, the selection is still there. You just go to your move to click on the move to deselect the text tool, and so that the selection will go off. Now what we'll do here is, what happens here is at this layers panel, we have two layers aside from the background layer. So the one on top is the one that is visible, the one below is the one that is not visible. So if we say we want to see the leaves picture complete, we switch off the text layer. Now we can see it now. The text layer is not gone, it's still there, but it's just hidden. So if we switch, click on the visibility icon again, it will bring it back. So what we are going to be practicing for today's class is layer marks. So to achieve that, we come down to make a layer marks on the text layer. Come down to the layers panel. Come down from the layers panel, come down at the bottom of the layers panel. Now we see an icon that says add new, add layer marks. Click on it. Now to create a layer marks, it creates a marks on that particular layer, linking it. It creates a marks linking it to that layer. So if you notice now, it has created this white thumbnail here. This white thumbnail is our marks, and it's linking it to our layer. So now this marks is this marks feature is to help us to cover a mask on the text, on the areas of the text that we don't want. So after we have done this now, let's go straight to masking the text. So what we use to mask the text is the brush tool. But to have a very nice and sharp design, very nice and sharp manipulation, what we do is we go to the polygonal lasso tool, click on it. Now we mask round we make a selection around the part of the leaf that you want to come in front. Make a selection around the part of the leaf you want to come in front. You try as much as possible to make a nice selection. So once we select it, if you don't know how to make selection, you can watch our previous videos on how to remove someone from a background. So it's actually easy to know how to select someone with that video, to make a selection with that video. So make the selection on the part we want to come in front and the part we want to go take behind. Okay, so let's make it on this part. Here too. Think here. So this is our selection now. So now we go to the brush tool. Click on the brush tool. Now here in the brush tool, what happens is our brush will always be set on black and white, because for the layer marks it works with black and white. Now black is to hide. If you use a black brush, it is basically to hide to brush on the part. Once you use a black brush to brush on any part, it's basically to hide the part you don't want. And the white part is to reveal it, just like the normal concept of light and darkness. You can't see in the dark except there is light. So now to do this, to achieve this layer mask manipulation, we go to our text, then we use our brush tool, erase it. Mind you, it must be set on the black. Our foreground color should always be black. Then you erase it, erase the part you don't want. Now this is not actually completely erasing it. As I said earlier, based on the non-destructive nature, it is just hiding it. It is placing like a kind of mask to cover the part, to hide the part you don't want, but you can still bring it back. So we erase the part you don't want. So now after we've done this, what we'll do is you either click on Ctrl D to deselect, or you come to the selection option, then you see deselect there. Click on deselect, it will deselect it. It will deselect it. Then if you notice, we have achieved this manipulation looks more like what we have been explaining. So this looks more like it. So this feature, this manipulation was made possible with the use of layer masks. So to bring this actual part we have hidden back, we just toggle on this icon to switch our foreground color to the background color. Now if you wipe on it again on that part that was hidden, you can always bring it back. If you notice, it's coming back. So you just toggle on it to always bring it back. So why this is happening like this is because we are not actually erasing it. What we are doing is just placing a mask, like a little bit of cover on the part you don't want to see. So that is it for that is it. So now to get it back, you just mask, toggle it back to the black, and once you paint on it again, it will go back to being hidden. So this is it. This is how to achieve this with the layer mask option. It is as easy as that. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for being with us till the end of the class. And please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you.